In martial arts, there's a classic rivalry: Southern fists, Northern legs. It's more than geography. It's a clash of philosophy, technique, and spirit. Today we'll dive into what truly separates these two traditions, exploring the landscapes, mindsets, and devastating techniques that define them. We'll break down strategies, compare training, and analyze the mindset of both Northern and Southern masters. By the end, we'll face the ultimate question: in a true confrontation, who would win? The answer may surprise you. It's not just about strength or speed, but the wisdom behind the art. To understand the art, you must first understand the land. Northern China is vast and open: plains, hills, and a life shaped by movement and distance. Northern styles like Cheng Quan and Shaolin Kung Fu reflect this: sweeping kicks, acrobatic leaps, and fluid, continuous motion. The philosophy is flow and extension, power generated from the ground, released at the limb's furthest point. It's about momentum, chaining attacks, and overwhelming opponents before they get close. In contrast, Southern China is dense, humid, and crowded: narrow alleys, busy markets, and life in close quarters. Southern styles like Wing Chun and Hung Gar emphasize strong, low stances and direct, powerful hand techniques. The philosophy is stability and structure, power from precise body mechanics, not momentum. The Southern fighter is a fortress, unmovable, solid, and devastating at close range. Northern strategy: control space, keep opponents at bay, attack from distance. Southern strategy: control the center line, invite opponents in, and strike explosively up close. Northern fighters are poets of motion, flexible, dynamic, and expressive. Their training builds flexibility, stamina, and acrobatic skill. Southern fighters are sculptors, precise, powerful, and grounded. Their training forges iron bodies, strong legs, and explosive, focused energy. The divide is as wide as the Yangtze wind versus mountain, movement versus structure. Each style is a product of its environment, philosophy, and the demands of survival. Northern art is about covering ground and adapting. Southern art is about holding ground and dominating close quarters. Both are masterpieces, each with its own strengths, each forged by the land. The real difference? It's not just in the moves, but in the mindset. Let's talk about the tools of the trade. In the North, range is king. Fighters use their whole body to attack from afar and control space. Kicks aren't just for striking, they force opponents back, disrupt balance, and create openings. Northern style is a chess match in motion. Combinations flow, spinning techniques redirect momentum, and attacks come from every angle. The strategy? Be a storm, circling and probing, waiting for the perfect moment to overwhelm with a flurry of attacks. In the South, structure is everything. The horse stance roots the fighter, allowing them to absorb and redirect force. Arms form a tight guard, elbows in, protecting the center line. Techniques are short, direct, and brutal. Think rapid-fire chain punches, each powered by the whole body. The Southern strategy: be a wall of spikes, jamming attacks, crowding space, and dismantling opponents up close. Imagine a fight. The Northern stylist circles, probing with kicks. The Southern stylist stands firm, absorbing and closing in. When the Northern fighter spins, the Southern fighter steps inside, turning long limbs into a liability. Now the Southern fighter unleashes a barrage of close-range strikes, each one precise and devastating. This is the classic clash: movement versus position, flow versus force. Northern fighters win with distance and unpredictability. Southern fighters win by closing the gap and dominating inside. The outcome? It all comes down to who controls the range. Both styles are deadly, if you play to their strengths. The real mastery is knowing when to be the whip and when to be the hammer. In the end, it's not just about style, it's about strategy. Adapt and you win. Stand still and you lose. The training hall is a forge for the spirit as much as the body. Northern practitioners train to flow like wind, fluid, adaptable, and always moving. Their forms are long and complex, building stamina, agility, and the ability to transition seamlessly between techniques. The mindset: evade, redirect, and use the opponent's energy against them. Confidence comes from adaptability and controlling the fight through movement and timing. Southern practitioners train to hit like stone, solid, patient, and unyielding. Stance training is everything. Hours in a low horse stance build strength and mental toughness. Conditioning is brutal: iron palm, iron forearm, turning limbs into weapons. The goal: deliver devastating blows and absorb punishment without flinching. Southern metaphors are about roots and impact. Every punch has the weight of a mountain. The mindset: confront, endure, and break the opponent's will. In a fight, the northern fighter is relaxed, calculating, and always moving. Their focus is on distance, angles, and patterns, solving the puzzle with fluidity. The southern fighter is grounded, focused, and explosive. Their attention is internal, structure, breathing, and timing. They wait for the moment to shatter the opponent's defense. Northern confidence comes from unpredictability. Southern confidence comes from unbreakable structure. Both are mental games. One seeks chaos, the other imposes order. The true test is not just physical but psychological. Master the mind and the body follows. That's the real secret behind Wind and Stone. The battlefield has changed. Now it's the MMA cage, the ring, or the street. How do these ancient arts hold up? It's all about adaptation. Northern Kung Fu brings agility, footwork, and unpredictable kicks. Great for controlling distance and creating openings. But traditional forms can be too big and telegraphed for modern fighting. Movements must be tightened, defenses sharpened. Southern Kung Fu offers a strong base, close-range power, and clinch control, perfect for infighting and absorbing punishment. Yet rooted stances can make fighters stationary targets. Mobility and wrestling must be added. In self-defense, Northern philosophy is about evasion and escape. Movement as the ultimate defense. Southern philosophy is about ending threats quickly, explosive, committed action when escape isn't possible. The best modern fighters are hybrids, combining Northern range and movement with Southern structure and power. They control distance like a Northerner, dominate close range like a Southerner. The ancient divide becomes a toolbox, not a limitation. Adaptation is the key. Take what works, evolve, and thrive. The lesson: don't be bound by tradition. Use it as a foundation to build your own style. The strongest fighters are those who learn from both sides. In the end, it's not north or south, it's what you make of it. That's true martial evolution. After all this, who wins, north or south? It comes down to one thing: who controls the distance? In open space, the northern fighter's footwork and long-range attacks dominate. They circle, feint, and chip away from afar, forcing the southern fighter to chase and overextend. But in close quarters, the tables turn. The southern fighter's short, powerful strikes and solid stance take over. They absorb, trap, and unleash a relentless barrage up close. The northern fighter's movement is smothered, their grace broken by southern efficiency. The winner isn't the style, it's the fighter who imposes their strategy and range. The real contest is footwork and positioning, a chess match for control of space. The best martial artists learn both, northern movement, southern power. The greatest masters were innovators, not purists. Victory isn't proving one style superior, but understanding both. True mastery is knowing when to flow and when to stand firm. The path is balance, legs of the north, fists of the south. That's the secret to winning any fight. The North versus South showdown isn't about a single winner. The victor is the one who controls the battlefield and applies their art with mastery. The real lesson? There's rarely one best way. Strength comes in many forms. Which philosophy resonates with you, the storm or the stone? Comment below, would you choose the northern leg or the southern fist? Like and subscribe for more martial arts breakdowns. Thanks for watching. Train hard, stay focused, and keep learning.